Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I finished filming this reading vlog and I realized that I didn't do an intro or an outro, so you guys will see me at the end of this video again. So for today's reading vlog, I read The Gods Only Know by Rory L. Scott. So if you guys want to see my full in-depth thoughts, then go ahead and just keep on watching. Okay, so I kind of look ghostly, but let's ignore that. I'm only 8% of the way in to The Gods Only Know. I'm on chapter 3. I am really enjoying this so far. I really appreciate that Rory L. Scott put an author's note at the beginning of this book explaining the gods, giving you kind of a backstory of the first book because it is an ongoing plot. So you kind of technically have to read the first book to understand fully the plot of the second book and the third book and so on. I really appreciated that. I did take the time to read it and it just kind of brought the memories back of the first book. She also has like all of the gods and what they represent listed as well, which I think it's so helpful. And she also has a playlist, which I haven't listened to, but just by looking at the song names and the artists, I'm like, wow, it hurts. But yeah, I'm only on chapter 3 and we're kind of getting the vibe of the whole book, I guess you could say, of like of the relationship. There's already been highlights. I've been highlighting left and right. I low-key missed Rory L. Scott's writing. Like, it's absolutely beautiful and I love it and I resonate with it. We have Lucas and Daphne and they were arranged to be married when they were kids, and we kind of fast forward to where Daphne has been missing for about a couple years or maybe like a year, and now she is being forced to come back to Lucas's palace, which is underwater, which is the whole vibe with the whole fish and the ocean and the dolphins and all of that. It's immaculate. Like, I love it. Just a whole oceany vibe, you know? So she is forced to go back and they're having like this dinner with Dominic and Rose, which I will also say I have loved seeing Dominic and Rose, especially in other people's perspective. You just get these really cute scenes with them and I just can't help but smile. Like, I'm eating it up. I miss and love Dominic and Rose, and just seeing them in this book and how they interact after their book is just so lovely, and I love seeing them in love, and I love seeing Dominic's protective side, and I just am so happy and thrilled that I get to see them again in this book. We just get little snippets, obviously, but yeah. But now we have Daphne back in Lucas's presence, and you can already tell the, I guess, heartbreak and animosity coming from Daphne. Because we are in her point of view, we get to see kind of what her thoughts are and how she feels about the separation. And what I'm getting from her side is that it was giving very much unrequited love between her and Lucas, and the tension is there. You can feel it when they first see each other for the first time in so long. You just... And there's also like, I love the way that Rory L. Scott did like the flashbacks. It's not like past to present, but like she'll have a thought and then it'll take her back to a moment in the past, and it's like italicized so you know that it's a moment in the past. And I really like that because it helps you get a deeper feeling, a deeper connection to Lucas and Daphne. Not only that, but you just get to see and learn what their relationship was previously before Daphne had left. And we're just now, chapter 3, about to get Lucas's point of view and the first line. Because when we're in Like, I'm already eating it up. What is this? Like, is this crack in her books or what? In Daphne's point of view, this is the only point of view we've gotten her side of the story, kind of. We've gotten to see her feelings, how she feels. And I will say that it's giving very much Nesta vibes. Like, she is hurt and she low-key takes it out on others, but she's also feels guilty and she knows that there's a lot of blame on her and she acknowledges it. They've already seen each other. They're at this dinner. Words were exchanged. Their conversation back and forth is like Lucas, the things he says, he's trying to dig at Daphne. And I love that Daphne is like fighting back in her own way. And I think that once we see what the reason was of her leaving, like, it's gonna be good. But anyways, I keep saying this, but chapter 3, Lucas's first chapter in his point of view and the first sentence. Listen to this. I wished she wasn't so fucking beautiful. It would make the whole thing easier. Yeah. I already know. I already know that I'm gonna eat this up. Okay, listen to this. It would make the whole thing easier, but no such luck. She was the most intoxicating thing I had ever seen. Her eyes were round, hazel, bright. Her lips full, dark pink, distracting. Her entire face, high cheekbones, straight nose, a little dimple in her chin. She was as perfect as I remembered. Okay. Anyways, I'm going to stop there. I am going to keep reading, but I will update you guys tomorrow on some more of my thoughts. I have to take my makeup off and then I'm gonna lay down and continue reading on my Kindle until I pass out. Hopefully, it doesn't keep me up till like 2 a.m. honestly, but we'll see. As you guys can tell by my face and my reaction, I am really loving it so far. The angst is there, the tension is there. L'Oreal Scott, she knows how to build that emotional connection to her characters, and I'm loving it. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. As you guys saw, I went to my mailbox to get some packages that I received. I knew I was gonna receive one of them for sure. The other one was a surprise. So let's open this first one. This is the surprise one. Yeah, this is a Macari order that I made, which I did not know was gonna get here today. It was very, very well packaged. I'm so excited to have this. This is the Beautifully Cruel Duet by J.T. Geisinger. You guys, the way that I love the Queens and Monsters series by J.T. Geisinger, like every single one of those books is basically a 5-star, except the first one was like 4.5, but you know what? Round it up to a 5. The way that Rachel, what's her name? At Fit Teacher Rachel, she has, I think, her own book box. Yeah, she has like her own book box, and this is one of them. And I have yet to read this, but when I do, I already know that I'm going to love it. And I really, really loved this special edition. Like, come on, I had to have it, so I got it. Probably way more than what it was listed at, but that's okay. I just love the red with the blood, the gun, the bullets, the receipt, the money. This is gonna make sense when I read it. And then this is what the back looks like, and honestly it's just beautiful, and I love J.T. Geisinger, so again, I had to have it. And I was surprised to find a little book plate with her signature, which is super cool. Don't know if I'm gonna put that in there just because this is so big for like no reason and it's not clear, but I'll keep it in the book. I am most likely not going to read this duet from this book. This is just like a collector's item, and I think it's just beautiful. It's beautiful. I love it. I had to have it. And I love how thick it is and how white the pages are. It's just so good. I honestly don't even know what this book is about or who the character is, but I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. So it is Beautifully Cruel and Cruel Paradise. No regrets. No regrets. This is the second one. This is the one from Amazon. I ordered it from Amazon, but it is from a different like place, because you guys will see in a second me struggling to open this. It is, oh, there's a little note. Okay, I'll read that in a second. This is in a lot better condition than I thought it was gonna be. I don't know if I told you guys, but I did end up finding basically the entire Throne of Glass series at my half price in the original covers. I originally didn't want these covers because they weren't my favorite, but they were $6 a pop at half price, and I got them. But come to find out, I thought I had gotten the entire series, but then I came home and I was looking and I was missing 2 books. So I was missing Queen of Shadows, which is everyone's favorite or second favorite of the entire series. And I was like, that's crazy. And I was also missing the Assassin's Blade. So I ended up getting Queen of Shadow. I ended up finding this edition on Amazon for a fairly decent price. I think it was like 20 something. And I was looking for this edition OG cover in paperback on Mercari, on Pango, and they were trying to sell it for ridiculous amount of money. And I ended up being able to get this book for like 20 something dollars on Amazon, and I wanted to complete the series. So I ended up getting this. I was a little iffy because I didn't know how I was going to receive it, because I do believe it is a used copy, but it literally looks brand new. So the only one that I'm missing in the OG cover is Assassin's Blade, but I'm okay with that just because Assassin's Blade is just a collection of novellas, and I already own the new cover version of it as well as the hardcover version of it, and I'm okay if I don't find the OG cover version in it. I will continue to look for it for a decent price, but I'm not stressing too much about it. But I definitely needed to get this to complete the collection, so it was worth it. They low-key match a little bit. These were the 2 books that I ended up getting in the mail today, and I'm excited to put these on my shelf. I will take you guys along with me when I put them away. I recently put these 2 authors on a new bookshelf, and I recently, and by recently I mean yesterday, I put them all away and organized my bookshelves and put all of the books away and where they need to go, and now my bookshelves are looking amazing. And now I have these 2 new books, and I'm going to be receiving even more books from a book box that I may or may not have gotten spoiled for. I saw it at the corner of my eye. I swiped up real quick, but yeah, I'm gonna put these away and try not to mess the whole order up because it took me a long time to fix my office, my bookshelves. So I was editing my video. It is my mid-year book freakout tag video. That's the one you guys voted for on my Instagram. So if you guys aren't following me on my Instagram, I always do polls and ask you guys questions for your input, what you guys want to see. So if you guys aren't following me, go ahead and follow me. That is always linked down below in the description. But anyways, I asked you guys what video you guys like to see first, and the tag video won, which I'm not surprised. I knew it was. I had filmed this so long ago, but again, I was procrastinating editing it because it was like an hour-long video, and I don't know why it took me so long to film that video, but I think it's just because I'd be rambling and I'm talking about some of my favorite books and like the questions and I'm explaining. So it took so long, and I knew that I had to put like the question on the screen, and then I have to I knew that it was gonna be a lot of editing. So I was putting it off, but I decided I'm gonna ask the girlies, I'm gonna ask my book besties what they want to watch first, and it was a tag video, and it was just the final push that I needed to get this video edited. I edited about 15-16 minutes of it. I'm down to 50 minutes when it was like an hour, so I edited out like 10 minutes. Is that how it works? I never know how that works, but I'm trying to keep this video at least 30 minutes. I'm not trying to make it longer than it needs to be. But yeah, that is what's happening. I am going to put these books away and get back to editing. I actually have to eat dinner here soon because I don't want to eat dinner too late. I am going to read The Gods Only Know when I head to bed. That is the time that I'm gonna be reading it, because right now I'm prioritizing editing this video for you guys. But once I read some of, yeah, that's not gonna work. I need to take a picture for my bookstagram, and I was gonna do my reading journal, but it doesn't make sense. It's not gonna work. Anyways, now that I thought of that, I have to write it down so I make sure I get it done because I want to post on bookstagram tomorrow as well. Enough of me telling you guys what I need to do and more of me actually doing those things. Also, throughout this video, if you guys heard that little crackling sound, it's because I have this candle going. As you guys saw in my little b-roll, that candle smells so good. I'm guessing, what is it called? A woodwick candle. And so it makes that crackling sound, and I love it, by the way. But it is a Target candle. I will post what it's called on the screen because I threw away the little paper, so now I have to research to let you guys know because it smells really good. So worth it. It was so good. It was so good. Anyways, I am going to get back to editing and I will talk to you guys when I have an update on The Gods Only Know. Hi friends, so I'm here for an update. I figured I would sit down here on my vanity and do my makeup with you guys because I'm gonna go out here in a second, but I wanted to let you guys know, give you guys an update on The Gods Only Know because I think I'm like in the 80% mark, like 83, 85, somewhere around there. And it is safe to say that I'm going to be giving this 5 stars because there's no other rating that I could possibly give it, especially with the way that this book makes me feel. I haven't had a book make me giggle and scream and literally take the ability to breathe from me in a long time. Okay? And that's what this book will do to you. It will have you giggling, kick your feet. It's angsty, the tension, the hurt, just everything, okay? Just everything. And with that said, there's an overall arching plot with like a human conspiracy cult type thing that is against the gods and they're trying to figure that out. But there's also like kind of like a subplot mainly with the Poseidon world. I believe it's gonna get solved in this book, but the larger plot probably won't get solved until the last book in this series, which I don't know what it will be. But girl, I'm fine with that. I'm fine if this series continues to the end of time. But this series, I will say, is more based off of the romance, and I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. I prefer the romance. Like, I love a romance, and the romance in this is beautiful and stunning and gorgeous and just everything that I wanted it to be and more. Listen, when I tell you that Miss Rory, watch, I'm gonna give this whole update and I won't finish my eyebrows, but when I tell y'all Miss Rory, she really puts the readers through the ringer. But when I tell you, it's so worth it. It's so worth it. Like, I'm pretty sure I stopped reading last night until like the 20-something% mark. And I literally read all day. I couldn't stop reading. Like, I had to prioritize it. I wanted to keep reading. I wanted to know what was going to happen. I needed to know. That just shows you how consumed I was with the book and like the relationship. I needed to know what was going to happen, how this was going to be solved, why Daphne had left, which I will say it won't be everyone's favorite. And it's not necessarily, in like other books, it's not necessarily my favorite trope either, but I think that the way that Daphne grew up, it makes sense why she would take the actions that she did. So yes, I will say that. But it doesn't take away from everything before the reveal, and it's not gonna take away, I already know that it's not gonna take away from everything after the reveal. You know what I mean? I think that it was also handled very well. There is no third act breakup. I don't believe there's going to be a third act breakup. I don't think there was a third act breakup in the first book either. And yeah, the way that Rory builds the tension, how we're in each of the characters' POV, you get to see the way that Lucas feels and you get to see the way that Daphne feels and just their overall inner torture about how they feel about each other is chef's kiss. Like, you feel it in your heart, you feel the torture, and you're just like, I can't wait till they explode. Like, I can't wait till they finally give in to each other. There's been so many scenes where the tension is built when things could possibly happen, where you can physically feel how they feel. Like, it's in the writing as well. It's not just telling you, it's showing you. It's like literally in your brain, like a whole visual, and the tension is just amazing. Like, I can't, the tension, the angst, I don't know if I would say that this is high angst, but it's just like they're both fighting against each other's attraction and what they had. You believe that, because Rory L. Scott gives you flashbacks, like I was telling you guys before in my last update. She gives you the flashbacks so you can actually believe in the relationship, because they are childhood friends to like lovers. So if we would have just jumped in and there was no flashbacks and we were just made to believe that they belonged together, that they were fated, then we wouldn't believe it, you know? But we see those snippets, we see the buildup, we see what had happened before Daphne had left, and it is just so good. It's just so good, you guys. There's something about Rory's writing that gets me, that resonates with me, that hits me in the heart and makes me believe in the romance. And you know what else I absolutely love is that the guy is always a simp. He's always a simp for the heroine. He is. And he's just, like I said, when you're in his POV, he is so tortured, he is so in love, he is so hurt, and we need a man like that, you know what I mean? Like, we need that to help the story, you know? And it is just so good. But yeah, I just can't wait till this book comes out and you guys read it and fall in love with it, because it is honestly a masterpiece, and I'm not even done with it, and I'm over here just singing its praises because of the way that it makes me feel. And you guys, like, it's just so good. I will literally hear no criticism about it. I just can't. If you don't like it, you just didn't get it. So read it again. I'm so dead. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I wanted to say. I don't want to spoil anything. Oh, I will say I love the atmosphere. I love the horses. I think that's so cute. I like how they can communicate with each other. I like the world. The date that he takes her on. The little touches. The stolen glances. Like, I'm telling y'all, the feeling that you get when you see Mr. Darcy's hand flex, that's this entire book. It's the entire book. I know I put hella blush, but stay with me. This is how this book makes me blush, like this. Yeah, overall, I'm loving it. I feel like I want to keep talking about it, but I think that's gonna be enough for right now. Let me finish the book and then give you guys, I guess, my final rating, but don't be surprised when it's a 5-star. I'm not gonna do too much with my makeup because I'm just gonna meet up with my friend and we're gonna clean our cars together, because we've been meaning to do that, but it's been raining for the last couple of days. So this whole week has been super nice and it's not supposed to rain, so we decided to make a whole date out of it. And I didn't want to go makeupless, but I also don't want to do too much, you know? I also think it took me so long to read this arc because I received this on the 1st of August and I'm just not reading it. It's August, what, 16th? And I feel like it took me so long just because I knew like, I knew that I was gonna eat it up. I knew that I was gonna love it. I knew that once I started reading it, I would not want to put it back down. Like, I just knew. And I think that's why I put it off for so long. And I was right, because that's exactly what happened. I didn't put the book down. And the fact that I have to go clean my car instead of stay here and finish the book, it's torturous. But I already made plans and I can't cancel. So I'm probably gonna end up finishing this tonight once I get back. And I am just gonna, you know what? It's gonna be fine, because once it's over, I'm gonna be sad that it's over. So let me just savor it, you know? Also, I will say, I feel like once I wrap up this book, I'm not gonna say that much in the after review because I'm saying everything now, unless something really important happens. But again, the smut, amazing, phenomenal. Worth the payoff, worth the wait, worth everything. Like, I literally couldn't breathe when Lucas said something. Like, when he said 2 things, he had said 2 specific things that had me out of my mind. And I was just like, I know what you was doing, Miss Rory. I know what you was doing. And the girls are gonna eat it up. The girls are gonna eat it up. I'm telling you right now, y'all are gonna eat it up. But yeah, anyways, besides the point. What was I gonna say? Now I forgot because I started talking about the smut again. Damn, I really forgot. I know it was important. Y'all, I'm literally blanking. Like, what happened? Like, what literally happened? Y'all, I'm so shook. I'm over here sitting here trying to remember what it was that I was gonna tell y'all before I got distracted by the smut. Just thinking about what Lucas said in the bedroom literally short-circuited my brain because I cannot for the life of me remember what I was going to say. Oh, I just remembered. I was going to say how much I loved how Rory integrated the fact that Daphne like gets ready, like the dress, the shoes, the makeup, like how she sits at her vanity and she gets ready for these like dinners and stuff that they have to attend and all this stuff. Like I appreciated that fact because it's like so real. Like we, us girls, as women, we do sit down at a vanity, we have to get ready for stuff, you know? So that's what I was gonna say, that I really appreciated that Rory integrated because it felt like a deeper connection to Daphne. And I remembered because I was sitting here doing my makeup, but I couldn't remember. I'm telling y'all, the smut will short circuit your brain. But yeah, that's what I wanted to mention. That I love that. And I love that Lucas was there. Like he would sit in the corner and read his book or the papers or do work while she got ready. Like that's so cute. He loves her so much, and he got hurt. He was hurt. And when you're in his perspective, like you understand why he feels the way he does after he finds out why she left. And I think that it was so devastating because he's like, I would have never done that because she was a part of me. He was like, my love for her would have never let me leave. Like bitch, shut. Oh my god, I just fucked up. I just got mascara on places where mascara doesn't go. It's just so good, you guys. You have to read it. You have to. It's so good. I think I want to add a little bit more blush. Actually, I'm just gonna take the leftover blush that's on my brush, especially on like this side of my face. For some reason, there's like more blush on this side. Perfect. This book just has me in a fantastic mood. I just love it. Okay, makeup done. I am ready. I just need to change. Okay, so that's the update for now. I will update you guys when I finish this book. Hi guys, I'm back for an update. I have finished The Gods Only Know by Rory L. Scott. I can't remember the last time I updated you guys on this, but I don't think overall gave my review after finishing it, so that's what I'm gonna be doing now. I am giving this book 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I have so many annotations, so many highlights. Like, this book was chef's kiss. It was everything that I wanted it to be and more. The character buildup, the character development, the communication when it needed to happen was just all amazing. The smut was everything that I wanted it to be and more, especially after that buildup. You cannot stop reading. Like, you want to know what's gonna happen. And there were so many things that I loved about it. Because I am a romance girly, I just resonate with her books so much. Like, I love fantasy. I love magic systems. I love Greek gods. Like, if all of that sounds good to you and you love romance above all, these books are for you. But I will say, if you're a fantasy girly, I don't think that you shouldn't read it. I think you should read it, but I think your expectations should be lowered because it's not something that has a heavy fantasy plot. It's not an epic fantasy. It's not anything like that, but it's just still so good. Maybe if you're in a slump, pick it up. It's gonna take you out of it because it is so different, and it does have that magical element where the book takes place. Is very fantastical, and I really loved it. It is Poseidon and Athena, so it takes place in water. Like, it's super cool. It's like a step above just regular contemporary romance because there's all of these other elements, and it's so cool, and I absolutely loved it. But yeah, that is my update. I feel like I ranted so hard about this book. Like, I pointed out things that I loved and like scenes that I loved and things the hero says. I don't want to get too much into it because I feel like I've already raved about it enough, but overall, like I told you guys, it's a 5 star. Like, I can't give it any less because I just enjoyed it so much. Back again for this outro. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below if you guys are going to be adding this book to your TBR. If you don't want to comment any of that, then go ahead and leave any ocean/sea emoji down below in the comments for this beautiful book. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.